One thing that can contribute to some scratchiness in the voice for a singer is if the aryepiglottic sphincter is too tight. And we're going to try today to isolate and control the sphincter. And this is not something to practice like for an hour every day. This is something to try like maybe a couple times. I would do it if it was me at the end of my practice because it can make your voice scratchy. It's not an exercise to do to build your voice. This is to notice the contrast between too tight, too loose, and just right. So finding the bad part, it feels kind of bad. And that's how you know you're doing the wrong thing the right way, if that makes sense. So we will make our fingers into this closed shape, like a chef's kiss, for the closed aryepiglottic sphincter, and we'll open our hands like this for the open sphincter. So if you've ever seen that old show, The Nanny, with Fran Drescher, people will talk about how she had a very nasal voice. That sound actually isn't created through nasal resonance. It's created through a very tight aryepiglottic sphincter. So that is a sound we can think of, and there's a type of sound called twang, which is not the twang that you think of in country music with how certain words are pronounced, but this is like a biting tone quality, which can be desirable sometimes, but with like a very like strong tone. That also can come from squeezing the aryepiglottic sphincter, but not too much. So you can do it too much or you can do it too little. We want to do just right. So we can kind of think of that really tight sound from The Nanny, or from like someone at a playground going na 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 boo boo. You can get like a lot of sound, a lot of volume from this. So try that. Na na na. And you can see like even if my nose is totally plugged, I can still make this sound because it's not coming. Now when I make this sound, I feel like right away like a scratching sensation inside of my larynx. Do you feel that? Or?
Yeah, I felt phlegm actually.
Oh. So this is why I say it's not some, like if I practice this like maybe in 3 different lessons throughout the day, my voice is scratchy at the end of the day. So, but you do need to feel that sensation so you can kind of label like, oh, this is what this is caused by, and this is how I can control it when I'm practicing. So let's try an E sound. E, E, and use your fingers. E. So we want to squeeze as tight as we can. And we'll call the tightest position a 1. E. Don't push too much air because you can, like, for real, hurt yourself with this if you do push too much through this tight space. And then we could open as much as we can to what we could call a 10. Let's go back to the 1. Try not to change your pitch. We only want to change the one thing, which is the sphincter. So 1, 10. Can you open even more? There. Did you hear when you had that really open sound? So now let's see if we can add between the 1 and the 10 a 5. Okay? 10. And now let's find the 5. So 5 we should feel open with plenty of space, but still a ringing tone quality, but no scratch, right? Are you able to feel that? Now go back to a 1. Back to a 10. Sorry, I meant to do a 5, but my hands did a 1.
Yeah, I can feel the difference.
So let's do a 1 again. Does that feel the same as your original 1 or different?
I think it's the same.
Good. And then let's try a 5 again. Is that the same as the 5 you had originally or different?
It's the same.
Good. And now the 10. Now let's go 10 to 5. And now let's see if we can add in a 3 and a 7. So 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 is what we're doing now, okay? So let's start with 1, and then we'll do 5, and then we'll go down to a 3, okay? Back to 1. 5. Good. You can kind of start to like label the sensation
Feels a little
for
more
each one.
relaxed.
Yeah, so like an open feeling usually does feel more relaxed. And now let's try 1, 5, 10, and then we'll go down to a 7, okay? Now down to the 5. It's pretty tricky to get to where you can like move by ones and always have the same amount of space in your sphincter for 1 or 3 or 7 or 5 or 4. But that's like what we're working towards today. And I find it's really useful to do like the big ones first, 1 to 10, and then go back and forth like we did between 1 and 5 for a while, 5 and 10 for a while, and then add in 2 between the 5 and the 1 and the 5 and the 10. Like to really nail down like what does it feel like if I'm at a 7 versus a 4 versus a 2. And then so this is the first step. Of course, the final step would be if you're singing and you feel a scratch in your voice. Like, is that because my sphincter is too tight? Because that could be the reason why I'm feeling this discomfort. So what is my sphincter at right now? Because you've practiced identifying the sensation and the location of your sphincter and how your sound changes based on that like label that you've established. Like, this is how it feels, this is the sound, this is the feeling, this is the location.
So you'd want
And
to
then-
open it.
And you could think, oh, it feels a little scratchy. Can I open my sphincter and remove the scratch? Or my sound is a little weak or diffused. What is my sphincter at right now? Oh, it's at a 10. Like maybe for this song, because I'm singing like a country song, maybe my sphincter needs to be more tightened than it is. And so then you could be like, well, since I'm at a 10 right now, maybe I'll try a 5 or a 7. And so first you practice it outside of a song, just like any other technique. Label the sensation, the location, and the sound that go along with each position. And then hopefully at some point you can choose to manipulate the position during a song to improve your tone quality and your vocal health or your comfort while you're singing. Any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. 2 thumbs up for AES
Okay.
exercise. You have to give it 2 thumbs up. This is her first video. She doesn't know.